I don't think the game was that much harder than the first game. Granted, I'm coming from the perspective of someone who had immediately played Silksong after the first Hollow Knight game, and part of why I don't think it's that much harder than the first game is that the game gives you so many tools to use, like I was just talking about, and if you're able to see and assess a situation, go back to a bench and change up the whole game plan, and you're decently practiced in like a variety of playstyles throughout the game, as they're definitely encouraging you to do with all the crests and whatnot, I think you can adapt to a lot of the things this game throws at you. You have a lot of cool abilities to use and ways to think outside the box, and so enemies doing 2 masks of damage in the end is tough, but you're also much more powered up than the Wanderer, the player character from the first game was. You're able to move at lightning speeds, dodge, double jump, zipline out of an attack range in an instant. You've got the Hunter's Crest that can build up lethal damage in the end game if you avoid attacks for long enough. I just find the ability to tailor your experience so damn compelling in this game. It's part of why I loved it. I felt like I could express any stupid crackpot idea I came up with of like, well, what if I could exploit this weakness in the boss? Like with Nihilith, I'm like, well, it's sticking to the walls, which is kind of annoying, so I'm gonna go with the Wanderer that can pogo super easily and super fast, and I'm just gonna pogo off the walls the whole time and just whittle it down. And that made that much easier. There was Silksong Carmelita, which I'm like, I'll just go hyper aggro and destroy this thing. Yeah, until Silksong Carmelita, I think easily Nightmare King Grim was still harder than anything I'd faced in Silksong up until that point, but that is an optional boss, I will acknowledge that. But the Radiance was also fairly difficult. Like, there was some tough bosses in the first game that I felt primed my expectations well for Silksong. I'm like, if it's gonna put me all the way back to the start of like what my skills should be from the previous game, that sucks. It's like in a Zelda game or a Metroid game or something like that, where between games, Link or Samus just loses all abilities that they have, and now you suck again and need to slowly build them up in an arc like you did the first time. But what I'm getting at is that it made me appreciate this game's alternative priorities with that sort of thing. It's like, no, this is for people who did the first game and might need a little bit of a refresher, but don't need to be babied. Right at the door, it gives you the good stuff, some challenging yet rewarding boss fights quite early. It's not as concerned with catching you up to speed for as long. And what I love about that is that as you approach the end of the game, it's able to take that training and try to push your skills a bit beyond what the first game could. I felt it get noticeably harder in the end game, yeah, and I loved that. But before that, I think if you use the full skill set you're offered to good effect, I don't think it was much harder on average compared to the first game, where your moveset is a bit more limited.